I just saw a preview of Young Sheldon on Netflix wherein he has proved that zero might not exist.
Zero might not exist.
Zero exists.
Nothing cannot exist because to speak of something is to speak of something that exists.
Made me wonder that here I am teaching and talking about imaginary numbers, and you cannot even prove the existence of a number that represents nothing. So how can you make your peace with the numbers which are imaginary? So that's when I decided to dig deep into the origins and history of imaginary numbers. So upon my research, I realized that back in the time, the scientists and mathematicians were not in a position to solve the equations like x square equals -1 or x square equals -4, because no real number gives you a negative number upon squaring, right? So there was a need of a number, there was a need of quantity that would give you -1 upon squaring. And that's why in the 16th century, a guy called Girolamo Cardano invented a quantity, and he did not give it any name. He just came up with a quantity that upon squaring will give you -1. And it was only in the 17th century when René Descartes gave it a derogatory term called imaginary number, because it was considered fictitious because it never existed in the real life. So imaginary number, or iota, is something that was made up. It was made up to bring some complicated physics concepts to life. For example, Schrodinger's cat, that is both dead and alive at the same time, and the light, which has both particle and wave nature. This entire concept is also the concept of dualism, wherein you need something that is real and something that is imaginary, and when you combine them, you get something that is complex. So it's not necessary that the complex numbers or the imaginary numbers exist in the real world. They just had to be invented so that you could represent some real life phenomena, some real life situations, just like zero was invented.